Summer League action. And then it's off to Houston between the Texans and Eagles on Friday Night Football this week to kick off week 2. But first, we got to settle week 1. So tonight, we got the Giants and Raiders going at it here on Monday Night Football in Las Vegas here. And then tomorrow, the Bears and Browns will wrap it up on Tuesday Night Football down there at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. But without further ado, let's get this game rolling here in Sin City. So Jimmy Garoppolo, after Derek Carr was traded to the Saints, Jimmy Garoppolo's taken over here in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones looks to make a comeback, as a season ago the Giants finished 6-4. They made the playoffs. They got playoff wins over the Commanders in the wild card round, and over the Seahawks in the divisional round. They made it all the way to the conference championship, in which they lost to the Lions 33-27. And I remember that game like it was yesterday. It was 2nd and 10. Or no, not 2nd and 10. 4th and 10, correction. The Giants were on their own 5. And the game was tied. So if the Giants just ran the football, there was only a few seconds left in the 4th quarter. Like 3 or 5 seconds. If the Giants just ran the ball, they could have ran the clock out and sent it to overtime. Daniel Jones decided to throw the ball, and when he threw the ball to his right side, he was intercepted by Detroit's Tracy Walker, who returned it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown with no time left, sending the Lions to their 3rd straight national championship in a row, which they would win. And yeah, Daniel Jones enjoyed his offseason, as you can tell. Also, to clarify something, during the Sunday Night Football broadcast last night, there was a mention that the Bills did not make the playoffs last season. That was unfortunately not true. The Bills did make the playoffs at the 5-5 record at 500, because everybody in their division had that bad of a season that a 5-5 team made the playoffs. The Bills were then beat by the Ravens in the wild card round. Now we take a look at Las Vegas. So the Raiders had an okay season, but not really a good season. They finished under 500. They finished with a 4-6 record in the 2022 season, so they're looking for a redemption, and it all starts now, as here's Carlson to kick this away, and here we go from Sin City. So here is the Giants to return this, and he's going to get stopped at his own 30, and that is where Daniel Jones will take over. Now, we mentioned Daniel goofed up in the NFC Championship game against Detroit, but he's looking to change that this season. But in order to do that, not only do you got to get off to a great start so you have a great record again next season, also, if you do make the playoffs, when there's like only a few seconds left in the 4th quarter, you could just run the football or punt it and have the Lions run the clock out trying to score and send it to overtime. But unfortunately decided to throw it, as that first pass was incomplete, by the way, so 2nd and 10 now. But trying to score, throws a pick to Tracy Walker and almost throwing one right there. 3rd down and 10, over 2 so far. Jones on 3rd down, fires out of, or throws it, and it's incomplete, so 3 and out for New York to start this game, as I could not quite tell who hit him on that because everything happened so quickly. But there is the punt from New York, to the Raiders. Cole Sr., not sure what he's doing, just standing there. But doesn't matter. Still Raiders ball, 1st and 10 at their own 37. And Stidham's going to come out for the first play, but Garoppolo will be out for the second. 2020 threw more interceptions than touchdowns. What I like to say is that ball is your girlfriend. You don't want to let some other man take your girl, so you got to make sure you deliver your girlfriend to the proper place, which is in your receiver's hands, not the team wearing the white jerseys. Because the team in the white jerseys, the Giants, those are them other men trying to steal your girl, so you can't let them do that. There's Stidham. Fires over the middle. He's got Davante Adams for a first down. And now I got to edit the depth chart. So Stidham makes the first play. And Garoppolo comes out now. We'll see how Jimmy performs, because if he doesn't perform very good, maybe Stidham will come back out. 1 for 1. Got to keep Stidham healthy, though, in case he's needed. Here's Garoppolo. 1st and 10. Gonna fire to the right side. It's caught. He's fighting his way into the end zone. Give him 6. Raiders touchdown. How about that? Both quarterbacks for the Raiders, 1 for 1. Garoppolo's was just a little bit better than Stidham's, though, because his 1 for 1 went for 6. And they are very hungry for a better record. We mentioned they're coming off a 4-6 season. Not that bad of a record, but still pretty bad because they didn't qualify for the playoffs, as Carlson's kick is good and makes it 7-0. So, if you watched the Sunday night broadcast over on Twitch, we did announce that there was some notable off-season rule changes. The Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday night games all have to have 12-minute quarters now. The rest of the games can be 10 minutes or lower. As that was Brightwell on the return there. Returns it to his own 31, just a yard better than last time. And here's Jones, 3 and out on his last drive, looking to change that. And there's his first completed pass to Saquon Barkley, who gets only a yard. Second and 9 for Jones. Oh, look at this. Dropped. Lost 3 yards. That's some really good defense the Raiders are playing so far. Garoppolo's former team, the 49ers, got a win, as that's a sack, so 4th and 20. And Crosby, and that was also Crosby that hit him as he threw it on the first drive, too, because I remember that number. But the 49ers got a win over the Patriots yesterday, 43-37 the final in that game. Pass from Brock Purdy to George Kittle with no time left in the 4th quarter. Here's the Giants to punt for the 2nd straight drive, and oh, it's a fake! And that's incomplete! What was that receiver doing? That was right in his hands. I'm not really sure what that receiver was doing there, because, like I said before, that was right in his hands, and I bet you that time on the bench while he's waiting for his team to get the ball back is just gonna be interesting with the coach. Here's Garoppolo over the middle. He hits Davante Adams now. Davante takes it to the 5. It's 1st and goal for the Raiders. Here's Garoppolo. Firing. Darren Waller. Touchdown. The Raiders making some noise early. Right there, wide open, and just like Squidward, Toad, SpongeBob, he just backs it right up into the end zone. He shifted into reverse there, and it paid off. as Carlson's kick is good, and it makes it 14-0. So the disadvantage to what the past 2 drives the Giants are having is they're now down 2 scores instead of 1. And I can already see some factors playing a role in the Giants trailing here. Daniel Jones is not getting rid of the ball quick enough, or he's not able to connect with his receivers, as he's only thrown one complete pass. And there's the return again. This time it was a pretty bad return compared to the other 2. Still a good return, but not as good compared to the other 2, as he only returns it to 26. Here's Jones. Jones fumbles. The Giants get on it, though. This is going to be a huge loss here. 2nd and 16. Well, we mentioned after tonight, just one more matchup remains in Week 1 of the Summer League season, and that's the Bears and Browns tomorrow night on Tuesday Night Football. And that will do it for Week 1. Then we travel to... Then the Friday game travels to Houston, Texas, to kick off Week 2. Give me 1 second. What? Huh? Because Grandma didn't pick me up? And I was busy today, too. Huh? Yes, I was. No, I'm kind of busy right now. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. We are back now. 3rd down and 16. Here's Jones. Jones is going to run it himself. 3rd down and 16. Oh, fumble. That was not as good as he thought. This is going to be a fumble loss for a Raiders touchdown. Well, so far we've had some interesting experiences when a team was down 3 scores this week so far. Cincinnati trailed by 3 scores twice in their game. They managed to beat the Vikings on the road last night. And the Bills were ahead 21-0, and they annihilated the Panthers 55-17. And so far the Raiders are destroying the Giants here at home. And fun fact, we said this in the other games, but we have not had a shutout in a game no matter how many times a team has trailed 21-0. There has not been one game where no team scored any points so far yet. Knock on wood. It's either just been a blowout or a close game. Like when Kansas City was leading 35-0 against the Commanders yesterday. Commanders scored some points. They were able to get it within 1 score and ended up losing 38-31. Alright, so the Giants were going to probably go for that on 4th down last time, as there's a completed pass to Kenny Golladay. Daniel Jones had run pretty much a great run there, and instead got hit and fumbled. So a fumble loss, which was a recovery for a touchdown. Then he hits Kenny Golladay right off the bat there for a 1st down and 10. Here's Jones firing. He's got another receiver for a 1st down. Something changed. Jones, nice pass there too. 4 for 8 now. That's getting better. That completed to incomplete ratio, or we should say completed to attempt ratio, is getting better compared to how it was a few drives ago. And Jones and the Giants making some noise. Back at the Raiders. Galladay catch and run. Galladay inside the 5. Here's Barkley. End zone. Touchdown, Giants. Well, it seemed like that fumble recovery for a touchdown really changed everything. It's just like if you go back in time, which we all know time travel doesn't exist, but if you were to go back in time and change one thing, it could change the whole outcome of the future. Well, that's exactly what happened here. That fumble recovery for a touchdown the Raiders got changed the future for the Giants. Giants were able to drive down the field and score, and hopefully they can do that on the rest of their drives, because, you know, they could get back into this game. It's still early. If you're going to make a comeback in a game, one, you got to stop the Raiders from scoring points, and two, you got to do it early. We saw in that Commanders-Chiefs game yesterday, Commanders, they had the comeback happen. They just needed one more touchdown to tie it and send it to overtime. However, they did not save enough timeouts. And they did not save enough time on the clock to make it happen, so they ended up losing by 7 yesterday instead of going to overtime. And fun fact, another fun fact for you guys. Not one of these games from week 1 so far has gone into overtime. We had a couple games go to overtime last season, but not this season yet. It's gonna happen, though, I have a feeling. I mean, it usually does. Here's Garoppolo, gonna fire. Quick pass caught. By... what the heck was your name? Bolden, that was his name. That's a catch for 9 yards. Garoppolo looking, fires, incomplete. That's his first incompleted pass of the night. And gotta pause for a second again. So we'll just consider this like a little break for a few seconds. Okay, guys, welcome back from that little short break here. Here's Jimmy Garoppolo, 3rd down and 1. Garoppolo gonna use his legs and run out of bounds. Now, Garoppolo was smart on that. He kept running for the 1st down. However, we saw some quarterbacks take 1 too many steps and then throw the ball forward, which you cannot do. So there was several illegal forward pass penalties called here in week 1. Patrick Mahomes did it. And I believe Daniel Jones did it, and there was a couple other quarterbacks that did it too. So unfortunate that right off the bat those penalties happened, but it didn't change the outcome of the game. Garoppolo going deep, airing it out, incomplete, flag on the play. Defensive pass interference, we saw plenty of those here in week 1. Jalen Ramsey on the Lions, he's responsible for the first interference penalty called this season, back in the kickoff game, as that was swatted down, so 2nd and goal. Quick pass, incomplete. Third down and goal. I would imagine if they get to fourth down, they would go for it. That would just be the smartest thing to do. Going to the back. Oh, it's intercepted. And that is Garoppolo's first interception as a Raider that he has thrown. You saw Garoppolo, he looked like he wanted to run the ball into the end zone and then decided to try to hit his receiver, and unfortunate, and that was almost intercepted, and that would have been definitely dangerous there. Because that was 100% going to the end zone if that was intercepted. Jones had to get free of the sack. Jones gets the first down this time and hangs on to the ball. Here's Jones, fires to Saquon Barkley. Barkley fighting to stay on his feet, gets the first down though before he falls to the ground. 7 for 12. Daniel Jones has definitely gotten better in this game now. You can consider that a better completed to attempt ratio. Airing it out for Kenny Golladay, incomplete. Okay, now you're starting to get back into the not so good, kind of bad category. So if I'm Daniel Jones, definitely want to try to complete some more passes. I mean, that's the goal for every quarterback. People might look at that and say, well, yeah, that's obvious. The goal is to complete more passes than throwing incompletions, but when you got a defense like the Raiders have shown, you throw a lot of incomplete passes. So Jones has just got to figure out how to overcome that, as there's another incomplete pass. That one was intended for Saquon Barkley. Trying Saquon again. This time he catches it, gets the first down. Jones hands it off to Barkley, who gets it to the 38. How about that? 2nd and 3. Alright, here we go. 2nd and 3 from the opponent 38. Jones going to hand it to Barkley again. Barkley's going to fight for the first down, and he's going to get it. So we talk about teams that trailed 21-0. How about this? Giants score on their last drive. It's now 21-7. Could we see the first game in which a team trailed at one point 21-0 actually be able to make the comeback? Again, knock on wood, because it's definitely not going to be that easy for the Giants. I mean, they put themselves in a hole, but however, they have plenty of time on the clock. This first quarter is about to come to an end, but they still got 3 other quarters to turn it around as Brightwell rushes it, but that's going to be 2nd and 12. And that should do it for the first quarter, and it does. So Raiders got to be happy about this one, leading 21-7 at the end of the first. Alright, here we go for the start of the second quarter. It is a 2nd down and 12 for the Raiders, as that last rush went backwards on the last play. Here's Jones. Over the middle. Ooh, he got it. He got his stuff rocked pretty good. 3rd down and 12. Now, even if it's just a chip shot field goal, they're still going to trail by only 11, so that's not going to be that bad, as that's incomplete. Almost caught by Shepard in the end zone. So I say, you know what, still early, take the field goal. And that's what they're going to do. Here's Gano on for the kick. And that kick is up and good. So it's now 21-10. And honestly, if the Giants can get another stop like they did and keep going down and scoring, then they definitely can get back into this game. Still got 3 quarters to do it. Here's Amendola to return this. And one step in the right direction is you can't let them get that many yards on the return. Only allowing him to turn it to the 27 is good, but you gotta force him to not to return it only to like maybe the 10 or 15 yard line. Here's Garoppolo. Firing. And how about that? First down for the Raiders. Garoppolo fires. Pass incomplete. How about that? That was some really nice defense from the Giants. That receiver had that. That was going to be a catch. That was Renfro that had that. And instead of that being a catch, it's now 2nd and 10. Just get the yardage, I guess. 3rd down and 7. Can't really celebrate about that yardage. But not a bad pass, I guess. There's Garoppolo trying to escape the defenders. Uh-oh. That is going to be a flag for sure. Garoppolo fell victim to Patrick Mahomes' mistake and the other quarterback's mistake. And that is definitely yet another penalty. And the Giants are definitely going to accept that. And you know what they're saying. That was too easy. And you know what Garoppolo is saying. I really should have watched where my feet were. And got it to his 32 at least. That was James Jr. on the return. How about this? They trailed 21-7, 21-0, 21-7. Now they're trailing 21-10 with a chance to cut into that lead some more. Maybe not. There it goes. Their chance is gone. At least for that drive. And they turned it over, an excellent field position for the Raiders, too. So Garoppolo's like, my penalty didn't even matter now. Throwing it to his left, staying in bounds, Darren Waller. Trying to get the first, he's going to get the first down. That was a wild way to get the first down, but he still got it. And taken down at the 6, so 2nd and goal. And batted away. That was a clear shot to the end zone for 34 if he caught that, but it was batted away instead. 3rd and goal from the 6. Oh, Derek ran right into his own guy, or not Derek, I wanted to say Derek. Garoppolo ran right into his own guy there. Yeah, you could kick the 31-yard field goal, but why not go for it? Actually, you know what? How about they just take that field goal? That would be more smarter. So here's Carlson on to attempt the field goal. It's a 31-yard attempt. And this should... And it is make it 24-10, so a 14-point game now for the Raiders. Smarter decision just to kick the field goal there. They were going to go for it. Calls the timeout, makes the decision to instead take the 31-yard field goal, because you've got to take points when you can get them, even if you're the team that's in the lead. Because you could go from the team that's in the lead to the team that trails and ends up losing this game. Alright, so Jones looking to shake off the interception he threw on the last drive. Obviously do not want to do that again. And almost did, because Saquon just stood there. And not sure what Saquon is doing again. That was right to him. 3rd down and 10. 2 incomplete passes in a row for Jones. Gotta get rid of it. And he does. Completes it to Kenny Galladay. And it's into enemy territory as it's just past midfield. So still 7 minutes, 51 seconds to go in this second quarter of play. The Giants could score a couple of touchdowns and tie it heading into halftime. But it's not going to be easy. Here's Jones, 2nd and 7. Looking, gonna fire deep downfield for Kenny Galladay. He can't make the catch. 3rd and 7. Takes the snap. Jones fires. How about that? Nice catch by James Jr. there. For the 1st down and 10, and this drive is going to be extended. Hands it off to Saquon Barkley, and it's only good for a yard. Jones looking, fires to his left, incomplete. 3rd and 9. Gotta extend the drive if you can. And how about that? He could not pull that one in. Shepard could not pull that one in. How about that? Raiders turn them away. They could go for the field goal, but I think at this point, going for it, even though it's 4th and 9, is probably better. Anyone can say that they're crazy because it's only the first half, but now you can't say they're crazy because they just converted on 4th down. I'm not even sure what that Raiders defender was doing. Maybe looking at his girlfriend like in the stands or something, because he just completely ran away from that receiver and left him wide open. Look at this. Jones is like, bro, that was too easy. Well, the Raiders might only lead by 7 if the Giants keep doing what they're doing here. Incomplete, intended for, I believe that was Shepard. Yes, that was Shepard. Over the middle, caught. How about that? Caught in traffic for the, it's 3rd down and 1 now. Josh McDaniels is looking stressed here. Here's Jones. Look at Jones here. Taking it himself for the 1st and goal. I'm not too sure the Giants are going to leave themselves enough time to tie it going into halftime, but they should at least be able to get within 7 before half. Because it also depends on how much clock the Raiders chew up. 2nd and goal. Oh, hit as he threw it. He had an open receiver over the middle there. 3rd and goal. Almost intercepted. 4th and goal. I still think you go for it here. 4th and goal. If you don't get it, you just don't get it. At least you turn the ball over at their own 3-yard line. Incomplete. Yeah, so you're going to turn it over on downs. They're going to be at their own 3. Open receiver, Darren Waller gets the 1st down. So now the Raiders might be able to lead by 14 going into the half. Garoppolo looking deep downfield. Pass is incomplete. Intercepted! And taken right back down the field. Okay, so Jones pretty much gets a redo of that last drive. He gets a chance to try to score. They should have definitely scored a touchdown on that last drive. I feel like that's what they really needed. As that is caught, look at that catch. And they're right back where they were when they turned it over on downs. That's kind of funny, actually. Here's Jones. Gonna flip it to Saquon, and not a very good blocking job, as that's a loss of 3. The Raiders are definitely trying to make sure the Giants don't score here. I mean, can you blame them, though? I'd rather be out ahead by 14, but you just let them score. Touchdown, Giants. They're second of this game, and they're an extra point away from making it a one-score game. That kick is up and good, and it is now a 7-point Raiders lead. That redo was a little bit better than that last drive, where they turned it over on downs at the opponent 3-yard line, which made the Raiders go for it from their own 3. Quick first down. Tried to get a pass deep down the field, threw a pick instead. Amendola on the return there. I would imagine that after this play, we should be at the 2-minute warning. Garoppolo hands it off. Here's Josh Jacobs. Where are the defenders at? There they are. And that's the 2-minute warning, so 24-17. Giants are hoping to keep the Raiders from getting into field goal range and making it a 2-scored game all over again. Quick pass to the right there. Oh, look at that. Breaking some ankles. Giants really want that clock to run out before the Raiders score again. And I can't say I blame them. Quick pass to the right again. Quick first down. Darren Waller. Now you really want to either sack Jimmy Garoppolo or make sure that clock runs out, because they are in field goal range right about now. 2nd and inches. Garoppolo and the Raiders driving it down the field. Do they have enough time to make it a 2-scored game again? Davante Adams requiring a lot of men to take him down. Honestly, I don't think the Raiders got it unless they throw one to the end zone. Last play of the second quarter. Fumble! Ball is out! Oh, and he gets tackled. That could have been a fumble recovery for a touchdown with no time left in the second quarter, but it is not. Unfortunately, it still is a turnover, though, for the Raiders. So keep that in mind. But at half, Raiders are going to lead at 24-17. Giants are winning in passing yards, though, 197 compared to the Raiders, 176. And here's some highlights. And after the highlights, we'll take a quick break, come back, and during this halftime, we'll just talk about Week 1 scores, tomorrow night's matchup again, and next week's matchup for, or this week's matchup for the Friday game to kick off Week 2, and then we'll start the second half. Alright, so let's grab a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back for the halftime show here. And before we go over some... Actually, no. We'll go over the scores, then we'll show you some highlights. Not that. Can I even do that? Might not be able to do that, guys, but I probably could show you the... Oh, yep, there they are. Alright, so as we welcome you to the halftime show, well, the Raiders, they survive the first half and hold on to a 7-point lead in which they led 21-0. Then the Giants scored a touchdown. They led 21-7. Then the Giants kick a field goal. Raiders kick a field goal. It's 24-10. Giants score a touchdown off an interception. Garoppolo throws a pick. Daniel Jones takes him down the field. They score the touchdown, making it 17-24. And with no time left in the second half, Garoppolo decides to throw it to his runner, and his runner tries rushing it to the end zone, and while attempting to hurdle a defender to get to the end zone, he fumbles the ball. It's picked up by the Giants, and the Giants took it all the way to the, I believe it was, it'll be able to tell us once we get in, but returns it past midfield, and the Raiders' touchdown-saving tackle is what held on to that 7-point lead. So they got pretty lucky there. Now let's go over some scores from week 1. So big kickoff game between the Lions-Cowboys. Well, it was 44-42. Lions led by 2. Cowboys go down, kick a field goal, make it 45-44 for their first lead of the game. Lions drive it right back down the field and kick what would be the game-winning field goal, making it 47-45. And then sending the Cowboys to a 3-and-out and a couple kneels secured the win for Jared Goff and company. And that is their 4th straight win on opening day. The Friday game between the Falcons and Chargers. Marcus Mariota and the Falcons got it done at home against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. 21-7 the final there. And then we go to Santa Clara. We go to Foxborough. And the Patriots lost at home 43-37 against Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Brock Purdy, as mentioned earlier in the broadcast, found George Kittle in the end zone with no time left after a penalty was called on the Patriots for pass interference. That secured the 43-37 victory for them. Now we go to Glendale, and the Cardinals beat the Steelers by 14 points at home, 28-14 the final there. Kenny Pickett, 2 straight touchdown passes in the second half. Unfortunately, couldn't get any more out of them, and they lose to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Now we go to Tampa Bay to check on the Buccaneers at home. They were winners in that one. But get this, at halftime, the Seahawks led 17-0. Well, Josh Allen, since he was traded to the Buccaneers during the offseason before the start of the 2022 season, him and the Buccaneers scored 35 points in the second half to win it 35-17. Jameis Winston really showed off in New Orleans as they blew out the Broncos 24-7 at home. And then we go to check on Minnesota in their Week 1 game. Unfortunately, they lose in Week 1 to the Bengals after leading 21-0 and then 28-7 at one point in the game. They lose 43-41 at home. Well, the Chiefs survive and hang on to a 7-point victory after the Commanders run out of timeouts and run out of time. They unfortunately lose 38-31 on the road against Kansas City, after Kansas City led 35-0 in that game. Now we check on the Rams on the road, and they got absolutely destroyed by the Jets on the road. Jets win 42-14. Now we go to the big Sunday night game, the 5-5 Bills coming off a wild card round loss to the Ravens last season, and they annihilate the Panthers at home They win at 55-17. Now we get to the games from earlier today, because the schedule had to be moved around, so the games that were played earlier today were supposed to be played yesterday. But we check on the Colts at home, and they won by 3. They win at 22-19 over the Dolphins. So they start the season 1-0. And now we check on the Packers on the road against the Texans. Texans, a field goal as time expires, and they win at 24-21 over the visiting Packers. The Ravens, coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Lions in the national championship a season ago, losing 35-29. Guess what? They're winners. They beat the Titans 23-3 on the road. And earlier today in Jacksonville, just before this game, the Jaguars annihilated the Eagles at home. Lamar Jackson was sent to the Eagles to help out Jalen Hurts. And Lamar was taken out of the game, and Jalen Hurts was put in, and Jalen was not able to keep up with Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. They win 52-9 over the Eagles. So, and then our game, we mentioned 24-17 at half. We're going to get into these highlights in a minute. But let's also mention that the Eagles are 0-1. And they're heading to Houston to play the 1-0 Texans. And usually, when you're at home, you have an advantage over the away team. However, some away teams, like the Bengals and 49ers, were able to win this week. And we're going to have to see if the Giants can do that here tonight, or the Bears can do that tomorrow. But, I mean, Eagles are definitely going to have some work to do this week during practice. Otherwise, they might find themselves 0-2 to start the season. So, Friday game, Texans-Eagles. And it's supposed to start at 6:30, but it will be moved to noon. Right here on YouTube TV network. Alright, let's get into some first half highlights. So, 11:38 to go in the first. Stidham's going to pass to Davante Adams for 23 yards. And nice play there. That was Stidham's only pass in this game. 11:06, Garoppolo's going to pass to Hollins for a 40-yard touchdown. Fakes the handoff. Here he goes. Steps back. Delivers the ball. Boom. End zone. That was when they led 7-0. And then Daniel Jones, 3rd and 12, 9:55 to go. Going to get sacked for a 9-yard loss right here. And right there's brought to the ground. No chance to escape that. 9:19 to go in the first. Garoppolo's going to pass to Davante Adams for 16 yards. Now we're just trying to make this quick, that's why. So, and then, 8:43, there's going to be a negative 6-yard rush by Saquon Barkley. So this was another great defensive moment for the Raiders. Saquon gets it off the fumble and knocked to the turf before he could get anywhere. 8:05 to go. Fumble recovery by Vegas by Hall, and it's going to be for a touchdown. Right here's where Daniel Jones got the good rush. Boom, right there. Hit, picked up, and Hall to the house for 6. 7:50, Daniel Jones is going to pass to Kenny Golladay for, I believe it said 15 yards. It did. 6:19 to go. Daniel Jones passing to Sterling Shepard for 19 yards. $5:49 to go. Daniel Jones going to pass to Kenny Golladay for 18 yards. And then 5:19 to go. There's going to be a 3-yard rush by Saquon Barkley. This would be a touchdown for the Giants and make it 21-7. Now we go to 4:01 to go. And Garoppolo's going to be picked off here, trying to throw it to the end zone. $2:10 to go. Daniel Jones going to pass to Saquon Barkley for 13 yards here. And now we go on to the second quarter. So 10:18 to go. In the second, there's going to be an interception by Brown for 16 yards. And that was right to him. 9:06 to go. Garoppolo's going to get sacked for an 8-yard loss. $8:21 to go. Daniel Jones going to pass to Kenny Galladay. Here, this was for a huge gain. 23 yards. 7:13 to go. Richie James Jr. going to catch one from Daniel Jones for 12 yards. 6:07 to go in the second. Daniel Jones going to pass to Bellinger for 16 yards. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. There's going to be an interception by Jackson for 30 yards. This is going to be Garoppolo throwing another pick here. Here he goes. Throws it deep downfield. Pass is tipped and intercepted. And returns to excellent field position for the Giants. Daniel Jones going to pass to Richie James for 34 yards with 3:08 to go in the second. And then with 2:05 to go, there's going to be a 20-yard rush by Josh Jacobs here, as he was just wide open there. 50 seconds to go. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to pass to Davante Adams for 13 yards. And then Jimmy Garoppolo is going to pass to Brandon Bolton for 12 yards. And then with 5 seconds to go, Jalen Smith's going to recover a fumble and return it for 35 yards. Here we go. Here's Garoppolo going to fire for his running back. He attempts the hurdle, fumbles the ball. There it is. Thought for sure this could go for 6. Unfortunately not. And that brings us to the end of the first half. So thanks for watching this halftime show. Here we go at the start of the third quarter. Definitely a crazy half indeed. Giants unfortunately have to kick off to start the third quarter. So they're going to have to get a stop here to try to tie the game up. Or at least have it be only a 2-scored game by forcing them to kick a field goal. But here's a return by Amendola. Amendola with the nice return to the 38-yard line there. And here's Garoppolo, 1st and 10 from the opponent 30 or his own 38. Fires to Josh Jacobs, 2nd and 5. Garoppolo fires, passes caught. And it's only good for a yard. 3rd down and 4. A sack or a big stop here on 3rd down will get the Giants the ball. And that was incomplete, 4th and 4. And how about that, turning the Raiders away? Forcing them to a 3-and-out, too, in their first drive of the second half. Now we'll have to see if Jones can get his team down the field to tie this up. And they're going to have to do it from their own 10 as he is wrapped up as soon as he catches that ball. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Here's Jones from his own 10-yard line. Got to be careful. Delivers the pass wide open as Shepard over the middle. How about that 30-yard catch? Nice 30-yard catch, and unfortunately the things were in the way, so that's why we didn't watch the replay, but... Uh-oh, fumble. Giants better fall on that one. 2nd and 30. Yikes. They got it to the 40 and a loss of 20 there. That's incomplete. 3rd down and 30. And if the Giants had any chance to try to get advantage off of that 3 and out the Raiders did, that's going to be gone here. Oh, flag on the play. I don't think that's going to be gone now. That's going to be an automatic 1st down. And the Raiders were so close to forcing the Giants to punt. Unfortunately, they give them all them yards back off that pass interference. Jump pass. Still shy of a first. 2nd down and 1. There's Robinson. So the Giants almost blew it as a result of that fumble. And instead, it turns out good for them, as that was a hit after Barkley caught the ball. Here's Jones, looking incomplete over the middle. Second and 10 from the opponent 27. And nice catch there, but it's 3rd down and 2 now. Fourth and 1. Giants looking to extend their first drive of the 2nd half. And looks like Daniel Jones is lining up for a QB sneak. And they're turned away on 4th down. So first drive stalls out for both the Raiders and Giants. Raiders get the football right back. Waller makes the catch and turns that into a huge gain. And nice tackle there by Holmes. 2nd and 7. Saw the defender coming, had to get rid of the football, but that's going to be a 1st down for Las Vegas. And you're hoping if you do let the Raiders score, they only kick a field goal. Not score a touchdown. That's incomplete, so 2nd down and 10. Nice run by Bolden to the 41. He's letting his halfback run it a lot. Alpha catch and 4th down and 2. Then I would imagine Carlson's going to trot out onto the field. No, they're going to go for it on 4th down. And Jacobs stalled out and stopped. That was some nice defense there. So both teams using up as much clock as they can. Unfortunately, that was the 2nd drive that stalled out for the Raiders, and so far only one has stalled out for the Giants. And they're just trying to get down the field and tie this game up. Had to throw to avoid the sack, and his tight end should have ran in to catch that. Instead, it's 3rd down and 2. But how about that? Saquon Barkley fights for the 1st down and gets it. Barkley fighting for extra yards, and give him those extra yards. 2nd down and 3. Pass caught. How about that? Nice catch and run there. Incomplete, intended for Kenny Galladay. There's Jones. Fires, pass incomplete. Third and 10. I would imagine you just take the 3 here if you can't get a touchdown. And that is incomplete. That should have definitely been a catch. I say you take the field goal and only trail by 4 if you make it. Here's Gano on for the 48-yard attempt. Very unfortunate that drive didn't work out for the Giants. I mean, they still got points out of it, so it didn't stall out the drive. But very unfortunate they were unable to score a touchdown there, because that could have tied the game. Who knows if anybody's going to score again before the clock hits double zeros in the 4th quarter. I think you got to stop the Raiders, definitely. You definitely got to stop the Raiders. And at least keep them from scoring more than a touchdown. You can let them score a field goal because you'd only trail by 7 again. You could try to score a touchdown to take the lead. But you got to stop them. Pass is caught there and quickly dropped after a gain of 3. And if you're the Giants, you want to make sure the Raiders kill the clock down in the 3rd quarter, but at the same time don't get a bunch of yards off of you. Airing it out for Devontae. He might make this catch. He's gonna make this catch all the way down to the 9-yard line. So like I said, this is where you don't want them to score any more than a field goal. Fires it. Incomplete. That was out of bounds. And knocked to the turf at the 4. One more stop for the Giants, unless if the Raiders opt to go for it, which, if they're smart, they're gonna go for the touchdown. Or, well, I mean, they would probably take the field goal, but at the same time, I would go for the touchdown. And it looks like Carlson is gonna take the field goal. And it almost looked like on that one, Garoppolo didn't know where he wanted to run, because he was gonna run back to the left, then chose to run to the right. I feel like had he kept running to the right, he probably could have got a touchdown there. But maybe he wanted to throw it. You just never know. However, 7-point lead for the Raiders again, 27-20 now. And now the Giants are going to have to try to score a touchdown again to take the lead, because they can't do it off a field goal. Actually, they couldn't even have done it off a field goal then. Catch and run for the 1st down there. One last play before the end of the 3rd quarter here. Incomplete as time expires in the 3rd. So here in the Sin City, we go off to the 4th and final quarter with the Raiders up 27-20. And the Giants are going to try to tie this game at least. Intercepted! and returned into excellent field position. And couldn't stop himself from going out of bounds before he caught that. Oh, that was actually at the line of scrimmage. Airing it for the end zone. Pass caught. Touchdown, Raiders. And they're going to go up by 14 again. Okay, so the Giants were just looking at a 20-27 game, and now they're looking at a 20-34 game. They got to score 2 touchdowns now to tie this up. 11 minutes, 39 seconds to go. The Giants knows it's a touchdown or bust at this point. Pass caught. Gonna be 2nd and 2. The Giants have not been able to score a touchdown this whole second half. However, Daniel Jones just ran for a first down there. Let's one fly for Kenny Golladay, who can't make the catch. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Third and 10, and it's going to be 4th and 2. You got to go for it because you got to give yourself enough time to get another touchdown. Doesn't get it. Catch and run to the 17 there by Hollins. Hollins steps out at the 10-yard line. Incomplete. 3rd down and 3. Quick shovel pass to his runner. 1st and goal. Quick pass to the right, incomplete. Looks like Garoppolo's trying to get all his receivers in there. And gets sacked. 3rd and goal. Back at the 15. That's intercepted. And his teammate gets in his way. That could have went all the way to the house. That's what the Giants needed. And if they can score on this drive, then they definitely can turn this around, but throwing an interception not going to help. Daniel Jones' receivers seem to not like him very much, and there's another interception. This game might be done for the Giants if the Raiders score again. Unless if it's a field goal, they possibly could make a comeback if it's a field goal. Delivering this to the back of the end zone. Out of bounds, says the line judge. To the right side, intercepted again. Darren Waller gets in for the tackle. That's Holmes. The issue with the Giants is they're getting the turnovers, but they're not scoring like they were earlier. And the blockers are just not blocking. He could have easily got some more yards had the block been better there. Trying to make this a one-score game. And almost threw 2 interceptions and a completed pass at once. Jones is starting to take a lot of risks here. You can see it. Because he knows that it's getting down to the wire. I think you gotta at least get the first down here. Fight for it, and they do. They get the first down. That was exactly what I was imagining. You gotta get the first down. Go for the first down, then try to move the ball down the field some more. Incomplete. The Raiders are starting to play excellent defense again. Flag on the play, that's probably going to be interference. They were all over him. And it was, with 5:58 to go in the fourth. Can the Giants get to the end zone and score quickly and try to get the football back? When Shepard doesn't even run for the ball, that doesn't seem like it's realistic. Pass is incomplete in the end zone. Alright, on 3rd and 10, I think you go for the first down here. Okay, 4th and 3. Gonna have to go for it, down 2 scores. Hopefully you get it. If you don't get it, this is definitely the Raiders' game. Barkley's gonna get it, and he's gonna get a touchdown. Okay, so he's got the touchdown. Now you gotta get the ball back quickly and do that again after the extra point. And I would kick it down the field. I would not go onside kick yet. If I was the Giants, I would not go onside kick yet, because you could always get a stop. You go onside kick, Raiders could get in a field goal range, make it a 10-point game, and that could be ball game right there. And they do. So, Amendola on the return. Giving up at the 22. Another interception is what the Giants need. They need an interception or a turnover on downs, because, I mean, the Raiders, they're probably going to want to go for it at this point, too, if they get to 4th down, because they know they only lead by 7 here. And it doesn't matter where they're at. They're gonna want to protect their lead the best they can, or at least play in overtime if they can't do that. 3rd down and 6. Incomplete. So 4th and 6. I mean, like I said, on their own side of the field. Definitely taking a huge risk here, but you gotta go for it on 4th down. And at least if the Giants do score, like I said, you can play in overtime. Probably should have just went for it there. That was 100% on me, but yeah. Right there. Probably should have ran straight. But oh well. I guess you could pretty much think of it as a sacrifice, because they know if the Giants somehow do not score here, then they know the Giants are going to lose. So I guess technically you could say like that was kind of whack, but at the same time, why get the 1st down when you could just stop them and win the game by 7? Now if they score, then yeah, that's definitely going to be whack, as that's batted away. 3rd down and 7. So right here, this is where I say you go for the 1st down again. And I say you just give it right to your runner, who doesn't even run for it. Fourth and 7. You gotta get it here, and they don't. I would imagine Raiders are probably gonna punt this time. That would be smarter. If they don't convert, I would imagine they would punt this time. Go ahead. Giants are gonna need another interception. And that's just the problem. They had the chance right there for the Raiders turning it over on downs, and they didn't take it. They didn't score. They do get a 1st down here, though. Delivering it to the right side. Intercepted. There it is. And this is going to be a pick 6 for the lead. Robinson, or not for the lead. They have to kick the extra point to tie it. They could go for 2 and take the lead, but why would you do that when you literally could tie the game? And the game is tied with 2:17 to go in the 4th. So the Giants did it. They have tied this game. Now you've got to stop the Raiders from so much as getting into field goal range, because they could win by a field goal. They don't have to win by a touchdown. Returns it to the 26. Josh Jacobs spinning out of some tackles. And Jacobs is gone for a touchdown. And the Giants might just have blown it. Raiders now lead by 7 again with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the game. And I would imagine that when Robinson returned that to the end zone for a touchdown, tying the game, he didn't think the Raiders would return it to the end zone on the second drive and take the lead again. All 3 timeouts. Incomplete. You gotta complete passes though, all 3 timeouts. Incomplete, 3rd down and 10. Garoppolo and the Raiders celebrating, but I wouldn't do that just yet. Okay, so 4th and 4. Definitely call a timeout here. And then, if they do get the first, probably some hurry-up offense. And they don't! And Las Vegas can still win this game by 1. Here we go. Go ahead, go ahead. Just to make this game interesting. A minute 17 to go. Raiders use a timeout. Here we go. Giants know they're going to need an interception and possibly a good return. There it is! Now why didn't he run? "63 seconds to go. Kenny Golladay couldn't make the catch. If you're a Giants fan, the hair on your neck has got to be standing up. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. At this point, the Giants just better hope for a pass interference call. And they better hope it occurs with them being in an excellent field position. Incomplete again. 4th down and 10. Pass is caught. They use the timeout. Pass is caught. Where are you running, Golladay? Oh, they used the last timeout. Dang it. Golladay might have just cost his team this game. Second and 4 from the 4, now 3rd and 4. This is gonna be interesting here. Golladay! Touchdown, Giants! So Golladay didn't run the first time, but that time he made the catch to tie this game up again with 11 seconds to go in the 4th. Yes, it's tied now. 11 seconds to go. You just better hope that the Raiders don't get a kickoff return at this point. If the Raiders get a kickoff return for a touchdown, they win this game. And they don't, so we might be going to overtime. Unless if Jimmy Garoppolo throws a Hail Mary to the end zone. Here we go. Incomplete. We are going to overtime. This is the first game to go to overtime. So now, rule changes for overtime because it did it in Madden. If a team that receives the ball in overtime goes down and scores a touchdown, they kick the extra point. The other team gets a chance to score, to match it. If they don't score, the team that scored wins, whether it's a field goal or touchdown. If both teams kick field goals or score touchdowns, then we're into sudden death. Next team to score wins, whether it be a safety, touchdown, or a field goal. So here we go, the first overtime game of week 1. Raiders elected to receive off the coin toss. And I think if the Raiders kick a field goal and the Giants score a touchdown, Giants would still win. So another 12-minute quarter, and if this 12 minutes runs out, then it ends in a tie. So only one overtime period. At this point, Giants are probably just going to let them score. I mean, it'd be smart if you let the Raiders score, but then it also would not be, because what if you don't score and you turn the ball over, the Raiders win this game. Flag on the play. That's pass interference on the defense. They're going to decline that penalty because they got the receiver made the catch. So you might as well decline that penalty. Second down and 1. If I'm the Giants, I definitely would try to force the Raiders to a field goal and then drive it down the field. Going for the lead. No, incomplete. Quick pass. 4th down and 1, did not get it. I know it's 4th and short, but you definitely want to score here, especially because I believe if the Raiders don't score and the Giants do, then the Giants would win. So you gotta take this, unfortunately. It's a 46-yard field goal. You gotta take it. But you also gotta try to make sure the Giants don't score. So Raiders retake the lead, 44-41. Now the Giants get the football. And they're going to try to score a touchdown or a field goal to match it. I think I know what Daniel Jones is thinking. Catch it, both feet down, in that end zone, because we'll win it. First and 10 from their own 28. And stopped at the line of scrimmage. Bellinger has been injured here in overtime. Now if that time runs out and no team scores, I mean, I think if the Giants turn it over, they lose, which they almost did right there, but if that clock runs out too, then it doesn't matter, because one team's going to win either way. As that's a first down. They do what they did back in regulation, as that's a bruised shoulder for Bellinger. But they do what they did in regulation to try to get themselves in position for a field goal. I would definitely go for at least field goal range, and a sack's not going to help you. Crosby with another one. 2nd and 19. Incomplete. 3rd and 19. Incomplete again. And I think it might be game over for the Giants here. Unless if they get the first down somehow. And they do. They get the first down, and they move it into field goal range. I would definitely run the ball here. Which looks like they're going to, and what a hit that was. Because you got to be prepared to kick a potential game-tying field goal if you can't score a touchdown. Galladay, who caught it in the end zone with 11 seconds to go in regulation, which would result in the game being tied, makes the catch for the first down there. Picked! And that should do it here. Raiders should win it. And they do. Raiders hang on and win it 44-41. In overtime. So the Raiders, after a 4-6 season last season, they get a win and start the season 1-0, while the Giants fall to 0-1 on the year. Very unfortunate, but you win some, you lose some. But don't go anywhere just yet, because we are going to tell you who they played next week, along with who's next up on Monday Night Football. So the Raiders, they take this win to Mexico City next week to play the Browns. And the Giants, they might be in trouble, because the Giants go from this loss to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs, excuse us, to take on the Chiefs. And there's some pretty good games. I gotta say, there's some pretty good games next week. So next week on Monday Night Football, the Lions return to the D to take on the Colts at home. Kickoff will start at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here over on YouTube TV Network. But the next game we play on this channel will be the Friday night game, as Tuesday Night Football to close out Week 1 will be over on our Twitch. So be sure to follow that, which I will put in the comments real quick, just so you know. But how about that game? Raiders kick a field goal and then intercept to secure the win. And that is the first overtime game of the season. Right there. So it's a win for the Raiders here at home, as they're going to be the home team again next week in Mexico City, as we kick off our international series. Until then, so long, everybody. We'll see you next game.